Hey and welcome to Edges of Earth. My name is Brock. One day I got bored and decided I wanted to visit Cambodia. The core reason was to experience culture, which is basically every country that I visit. My ultimate goal is to experience, to witness, to become a part of the local culture. I started off on foot and walked all over Phnom Penh. And basically all I was trying to do is see what it's all about and see anything interesting. But basically all I saw was other tourists. They were literally everywhere. After a few days of exploring, I took a bus to Battambang. Here I met more tourists. One night we decided to get together and go to the local circus. I must say it was a pretty cool act. I was only there for a day, but before I left, I spent the entire day exploring the riverside. I took a bicycle and just rode along both sides of the river, all the way north, then all the way south, and then back up to the center again. It was actually really cool to experience and to see how people live in the countryside of Cambodia. That was really my first taste of Cambodian countryside life. The next morning I woke up and took a bus to Siem Reap. In Siem Reap, I met a couple cool people who literally wanted me to stay at their house. They allowed me to actually stay there for free, but when I left, I actually gave them money. They were very, very kind people, and I appreciate everything that they did for me while I was there. While I was there, I basically did everything but visit Angkor Wat. Now, why would I go all the way to Cambodia and not visit Angkor Wat? The core reason for traveling is always culture. There's not a lot of culture in that. Is it cool? Yes. Is there culture? So therefore, I opted out and I did other things. I met up with a couple locals who wanted to show me around. We visited giant stilt homes on a river. I ate crocodile, which made me sick for about 3 days. That was interesting. And also during my stay in Siem Reap, I visited the Kulin Mountain with a couple locals and actually another tourist. Despite what you may read online about tourism on that mountain, it was actually a legitimately cool place. There was very few tourists. In fact, I could probably count on my hand how many tourists I seen in one entire day. Maybe it was the time of the day that I was there, maybe it was the day of the week, I'm not sure, but it was a really cool, authentic experience for me. I soon hopped on another bus, went back to Pursat, where I stayed 2 nights. I woke up early one morning, I rented a bicycle from a complete stranger, and I did the same thing. I took the bicycle along the river for literally miles and miles and miles. During that day, I was able to see more country life. It was a really cool experience. I almost went swimming in the river and the children saved me from being eaten by a crocodile. True story, go check out that video. After that journey, I took another bus and went to a place that I thought would be off the grid, away from tourists, and just a place to unplug and unwind for a while. The place was called Kampot. That turned out to be an utter failure. Now don't get me wrong, the town was cool, the place was cool, but there were tourists everywhere. I could not get away from tourists no matter where I went in Cambodia. If I visit again, I'm going to choose a couple different places. Just unlucky, I guess. But basically, I spent every day either renting a motorbike or renting a bicycle and just going away from the tourist area. I tried to see and experience and soak up as much around me as I could, seeing where people lived, how they lived, what they ate, what their personality was like. Do they want to talk? Do they not want to talk? What are they like when we have a conversation? All of these things are so ridiculously interesting to me, and that is what I spent the majority of my time trying to do. I took the motorbike to the top of a mountain for a day and experienced the views from way up there. It was totally worth it. On another day, I ran into some random people where we shared a beer. And on another day, I was invited by a group of village children to go swimming in a river. That turned out to be a pretty cool afternoon. I soon ventured back to Phnom Penh for about a week. I walked around the city more. I tried to experience more that I missed the first time around. And I got this wild idea that I would cross the Mekong River on a bicycle and experience what it's like on the other side, away from Phnom Penh, away from the tourists. And I thought I could get away, and it turns out I did. I went all day on a bicycle. I have no idea how many miles I went, but it was a long way. And I seen just one group of tourists who were bicycling. Traveling in that area was really cool because there was really no Western culture influence. At least that was the feeling anyway. And that is really truly what I'm after. I stopped to buy a coconut from a woman, and her 3 children came out, and after a little bit of fun and talking through translation on my phone, they decided to go find an English book from school, and we sat down there and had like an English lesson for maybe close to an hour. It soon turned to drawing pictures and guessing what each other were drawing. It was a pretty cool afternoon. On my way back to Phnom Penh, somehow I wound up at the back, the caboose of a parade. Don't ask me how this happens, but I did. I received over 1,000 hellos, high fives, and smiles from the local school children. After that was finished, my cheeks hurt because I was smiling so much. It was a really cool, super authentic experience. And literally that was my highlight within Phnom Penh. Before I knew it, my time was up. My 30 days in Cambodia came to an end, and I needed to take a bus back to Vietnam where I'd finish up a different part of my journey. The clips that you just saw, those are all from individual videos. So if you actually want to see the full story of any of those, feel free to go to my channel and you'll see all of them and all of the individual stories that go along with it. It was a really cool experience. It was a really cool journey. As always, I wish I could stay longer within a country and really travel deeper and experience things on a deeper level, but all things must come to an end. Unfortunately, I couldn't stay forever. I guess that'll give me an excuse to return. I thank you for watching, and remember, your time is running out. Start living. Take care.